Hey guys, today is Friday, January the 26th of 2024, and let's go over natural gas. As you can see, we're at the midpoint right here, and that midpoint within a 3 year is anywhere between 259 and 261. Volume is very low, below average. Last week the Bears got it, and so far the Bulls are very weak. Let's go into our daily, and you can see point of control within you can say 6 months. This is 257, so we're chopping around here very hard. We kissed the anchored VWAP here. Well, you know what? That might not be accurate because I'm using 6 months is not the year, so that's not important. But we're chopping around here. Value area high 308, value area low is 245. Let's go to this chart here, and you can see that on the daily we've got a crossover in the MACD, but volume, man, it's just dwindling. I know there's some kind of report coming out here today, so let's see what's going to happen there. I believe there's a report. I'm not too sure. Just kind of heard it on the chat. Yeah, just kind of chopping around below the moving averages. Prices went into the cloud, got volatile, never took out, or at least 294. The high was 288. Kissed the 100 SMA, right back in. And the linear regression channel is slightly pointing higher on the weekly, same thing, but MACD is still negative on the weekly. Let's go to our point of control, but before I go there, let's look at our calendar. So far, Thursday, statistically trading day was a down day, and if you were short, you made the most money. And on the weekday, Thursdays are normally weak. Let's see how that played out. So far, yeah, the overnight session was very strong. And to just confirm, see if you're on the right side for the statistical trade, I recommend you use the VWAP. And so far, when the U.S. session opened, you were below it. So yeah, any pops, you just short it. You know, depending on the time frame you use, you know, the 30, the 5 minutes, whatever you use. You know, everybody has their own time frame that they have a favorite. You would have been shorting, and so far the statistical calendar played out. This was I gave you these dates. I mean, not like the calendar was last weekend. And so far, you knew in advance that this is a day you got to watch out. If you're a bull and if you're a bear, you go aggressive. Now, the fun part is that today is a bullish day, and you got the $3 sign. That means that it should be an even bigger move compared to the shorter move. So you make more money here if it goes up. Is it going to play out? We don't know. We're going to find out. This is the weekday, very bullish too. So there's a lot of things happening. Also, before I even forget, seasonality wise, the 15-year starts getting toppy from here. The 26 kind of goes sideways and then dwindles down into February. The 10-year gets toppy on the 29th. And then just starts going down into February. The 5-year seasonality on average gets toppy between the 30th, 31st, and on the 1st, from there on, it starts going down. So we got a couple of things. Possible pop. I don't know if there's a report coming out today that's going to give it a catalyst going higher. But then seasonality, things turn down. So the $1 million question is, just because we get a pop today, that's nothing. Seasonalities is telling you things are going to start getting, weaker into February. If the seasonality plays out and this pop happens, this might be the last, opportunity for it to go higher, and then they're going to tank it down and push it down into February. Now, if the seasonality doesn't play out where it typically does this, and for some reason this February of 2024 is different, whatever that may be, then this could be a pop, and then from there it could just continue reversing. What the catalyst is going to be for that, I don't know. I'm just giving you scenarios and looking outside the box. But just keep in mind that February's weak, March is weak, and April is strong. As long as you have that in the backdrop on a sticky note and know that price is king, you just have to see what could play out. So with that, and I'm going to talk about that more on the weekend video on Saturday. So looking at what just happened yesterday, I missed out on a lot, but I was busy doing some stuff, so I was in front of the computer. You see that we have a big pivot here around 286, and we kissed it and then pulled back. Same thing here. And that was what? Yep, that was like a high of last month and then pulled back. Finding support around the midpoint on the monthly, which is 254 right here. And on the weekly, you hit the midpoint, which is 285. So I didn't expect this move like that, but it did. And then we pulled back. Statistically, that panned out. Wednesday was kind of 50-50, could go either up or down. And so far, this is where we're at. Whatever number, if it does come out or whatever it is, it's supposed to be this kind of price action. But this is on the overnight, but it should be more like on trading day. As of right now, looking at the VWAP, we are below that. So looking at targets for today, which is Friday, you need to get above at least 271 and above the VWAP in order for this statistical pop to happen and ride that wave higher. If you're not above the VWAP and not above 271, then chances that this explosion to the upside is not going to play out. And if there's anything coming out report-wise and it's negative and you see price action below both of these key points for today, then you have targets to the downside, which would be 244 all the way to 235. If it's higher, it's 288, 297, and 306 to the upside. Now on the weekly, you want to look at the bigger picture, then that would be extreme. You got 318, 335, all the way to 352. I mean, that's a lot. That's a big jump. But if it's to the downside, at least, I mean, you got to yeah, definitely, you got to be below this. You're never going to make it above there. It'll be 251, 234, all the way to 217 for this week. So I like to look at the weekly range and the daily range. So those are the targets. And it looks like it wants to kiss 255 here. Let's look at the square of 9, Gann. So we went as high as 288 right here. Somewhere around here on this, I have to add it. It's the 364 high that we made in November the 1st or October the 27th. And we are somewhere now, I believe, with 257, which is here. This is at 135 degrees right here. So if this doesn't hold, they're going to probably push it to 90 degrees, 249, then the 45, which is 241. And there's what, 216? Yeah. So for today, 235. Yeah. So it could be anywhere between today, 233, 241, and 245 in this range. And 257, which we're at right now. The big levels here. To the downside, even 225 in the one extreme. But yeah, those are the levels you want to watch. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you have a good trading day. I won't be in front of the computer. I have other things I got to do today that are important. So once I get back, I'll which will probably be after the US session, I'll work on my weekend video so you can kind of check out, I'm going to recap the seasonalities, the forecast, see what's possible, and then take it from there. And I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on natural gas.